Hey everyone, my name's Aethelwolf. Sorry for the little shitty setup. I'm just thought I'd do a little game review here on my channel. Obviously I'm not a professional game reviewer by any fucking means. As you can tell by my amazing setup I've got here, running a fucking iPad and headset microphone. Should be a great time. I feel super passionate about this new project that came out. And I just wanted to share it with you guys, share my thoughts. Thought, it would be insightful for me to add some insight to the game as a fellow gamer, instead of some crazy IGN-esque game reviewer. This game's really solid if you're into like mythic dungeons and stuff like that. So, like if you're a mythic dungeoner in World of Warcraft or you like doing the challenging dungeons in Final Fantasy, I haven't played that game in years, so I don't know what they're called. But if you like Mythic Dungeons of World of Warcraft or anything like that, this game's the one for you. It wears what it is on its sleeve. It's super solid. It's a classic dungeon crawler at heart. It's nothing more, nothing less. You dive in, push as far as you can up the dungeons, get the loot, get the next tier of loot, and then keep going further. You crank up the volume, plain and simple, crank up the mechanics, rinse and repeat, and that's pretty much all it is. I don't plan on posting too much game review content unless you guys like this kind of nonchalant-esque kind of way that I like to review games just from a consumer standpoint. This game is in early access, so take that with a grain of salt. I personally don't like early access titles because it's just like, hey, give me money for empty promises, And I don't know. I'm not particularly a fan of that, but there are a few gems hidden in the early access clusterfuck that Steam has going on that just kind of shows the promise. And I think this game is worth putting on your radar at least and worth giving a shot, showing some of that promise. Anyways, I've got some screenshots for you guys coming up. I've got a dungeon gameplay. I'll be voicing over so you can hear my annoying voice throughout this entire video. You're welcome. And then at the end, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I don't fucking care. Your thoughts on the game, if you agree with me or not. Bully me in the comments. Call me a weird weeb. I don't fucking know. But I hope you guys enjoy. The game is developed by Chief Rebel Studios, published by Arc Games, with a mostly positive on Steam. I believe Arc Games are notorious for killing the Torchlight franchise, but I don't think that's going to stop them here. Here I'm just giving you an overview of the Steam page and some of the early access packs, or supporter packs that you get. The game does come with a price tag that I personally believe is rather fair. It is on sale as of the making of this video on Steam as well. Chief Rebel Studios is a small development team where I believe it's just 3 people on their website, and they have aspirations to create something amazing with this game. The system requirements are pretty low. And here's Chief Rebel Studios' website. Obviously, they just recently hired Andre, the art director. Their website's pretty good. They're pretty proud of Fellowship and what they do. Here's some here's some overview of their website, their missions, their goals, and they are Stockholm, Sweden based. Obviously, Swedish are best at making games. I haven't played a Swedish game that isn't just based. Here's a bit more of their website, and then I go up to the actual Fellowship tab here in a second where we learn a little bit more about the game. I do recommend checking out their website and seeing their mission statement, checking out the trailer, and getting a little bit more into the history and what they plan for the future of the game. If you like mythic dungeons or just straight dungeon content, there's something here for you. It's bare bones a dungeon crawler. Challenge yourself to go further and further in difficulty, reaping better and better rewards. Could it be better optimized and work a little bit better? Sure. Is it important to have balance in working game mechanics in a game like this? Yes. Do I think it being early access is an excuse for lack of optimization and subpar implementation of these mechanics? Absolutely not. That being said, I see a lot of promise here, and I don't see Fellowship failing in these departments. You have a very niche player base that will hold you very accountable to delivering balanced content. I'm personally excited to see what this game has planned in the future and pray that it will be money well spent. I guess we shall see. So here you spawn into the hub world where you go to the mission table. Here you have your different levels of dungeon, different levels of difficulty, and each difficulty scales up to 7. As you can see, as you get higher in difficulty, it comes with different attunements and better rewards. Obviously, as you go through Adept, you get better rewards, and multiple attunements get added to the game. Here, I'm just showing a couple different attunements and what they do to the dungeon. Attunements are essentially just modifiers for the dungeon that add an extra layer of difficulty. At the end, you hit Eternal Dungeons. Eternal Dungeons are the base end game content, where it's the hardest content you can possibly do in the game. Here I'm overgoing Quick Play, where you just essentially use Quick Play to get starter gear and learn your character. As you go through Quick Play, you'll earn supplies and tokens of merit. Those tokens of merit and supplies can be used to buy transmogs or different equipment to help you build your character and learn your class as you get ready to contend in the dungeons. Here is the transmog system. You earn transmogs by completing different levels of difficulty in dungeons. Right now, I believe the transmogs are a little bare bones with just different recolors for each level of difficulty you pass. Currently on my character, I'm wearing the pre-order or the supporter bonus, and I believe Onyx is probably my favorite, or Platinum. Other vendors in the world are your stash, where you can sort your gear. Here I take a gear out just to show you guys up next, where you go to smelt your gear. You smelt your gear to get resources. I'm recycling a base gear here, so I don't get any resources for it, but in theory, I'd get resources or gold for doing that. You take your resources and gold over here to the blacksmith, where you slot your items and upgrade them. Just basically like a World of Warcraft plus whatever, veteran rank plus whatever, however many upgrades you have. The equipment system gets more in depth with gems, where you can attune certain secondary stats. You go back over to your weapon attunement, where you can turn your weapon into a legendary powerhouse and essentially upgrade it further and further. Then if you go back, you can go to this vendor here. This vendor is your gem crafter and is essentially your reforger. You can reforge your equipment to reroll stats on it, reroll your gems, and reroll your attunements if you don't like what you're getting. Everything does cost gold, so make sure you recycle any unused equipment. Here I'm going over the character sheet a little bit, where you have passive talents, your gems, your highest dungeon ratings, and all the currencies you currently have on your character. Here's the talent tree. The left side is what I recommend using to build your character through quick play, and here's where you're going to unlock all of your character's main skills. On the talent tree and the character sheet, most of the skills are just passive abilities. Here, you get different rewards and different main skills for passing a certain number of dungeons. Quick play dungeons do count towards these, so I highly recommend doing that. The middle and the right tree were a little bit more difficult dungeons, and you reap different rewards for doing those. Here's a supply chest where you get certain supplies that you may be missing from dungeons, and those are guaranteed drops. Here, you get to purchase transmogs using supplies, which you get from every dungeon, and here's where the best place to get starter gear for the next tier of difficulty is. Obviously, you get up to item level whatever for that, and then I start at item level 15 for contender dungeons. Over to the left here, here I'm going over some of the settings for the game. My game was a little bit laggy while I was recording, so I decided to lower my settings a little bit, but as you can see, it's very customizable as far as the game's graphic fidelity goes. When I'm not recording, I can run the game on epic difficulty, no problems at all. Most of the settings are auto-applied for you, easy to go. My action bars look different because I'm using a Razer Tartarus, and you can move around the UI as needed to make sure you're more familiar with the experience. Base is 8 slots up top, 8 slots on bottom. Hold down shift, and that's your action bars essentially. 3 of the, excuse me, 4 of the slots are reserved for combat actions or trinkets, but you can change whatever ability you want out of that. Now, here I'm going through my character's rotation. Most characters in this game go through, you fill up a bar, get a combo point, you spend the combo point on your harder hitting abilities. Here I'm building up my snowballs on my character, and then I use either an AoE or a single target ability to deal extra damage, and it's big damage, and learning this rotation for your character is essential. There I'm using my dash ability. You use that to dodge don't stand in this, you're an idiot mechanics, which are rampant throughout this dungeon. If you're ever wondering why you're taking damage, probably
Bear witness to winter's wrath!
There I used my ultimate ability. Every character comes with an ultimate. This character generates snowballs over time, so you can just spam your heaviest hitting abilities and really get high up on that DPS meter. There is a nice training course over there where you can just learn your character before you start hopping into a dungeon and essentially throwing DPS for your team. There's a little bit more of a highlight of the fidelity of the game. Here I just jump into a dungeon. I die a couple times, or I think I die once. Our tank didn't end up pulling the boss because our healer died to something. It's not exactly the best gameplay in the world, but I'm just highlighting what quick play looks like here. And then at the end of the dungeon, I give you a little bit of an overview of where you go to spend your abilities, or spend your supplies you get from that dungeon. If you want to skip, I'll leave a timestamp. So here, as stated earlier, I'm just going over where you go to redeem your rewards. I already showed you this vendor, but I just think it's important to kind of highlight that I got supplies and tokens of merit from that. And I did get talent points, and here's how you spend your talent points. You just pick them up from the reward track, essentially. Exit out, go to your talent tree, and all of these talents, as I mentioned earlier, are passive talents. They cost more and more talent points the further on you get. Filling out that talent tree will allow you to fill out those talent bars. You go to that vendor, spend your supplies to get better gear. I'm at full white gear right now, so I'm just saving up the supplies to get full green gear and go further on through the game, so I can attempt more challenging dungeons. Here I just redeem one of the chests to show you guys the supplies that I get. The supplies can be seen here on your character sheet. You go to the little bag in the top right, and then I overview what each of the supplies kind of do and where you can use them. And I think that's a really good implementation in this game, is it doesn't keep you guessing on what to do with your materials. It tells you exactly how to use them and where to use them, and I think that's wonderful. Now, here's one of the bad parts that I've been running into in this game. I get into this dungeon here, and the queue's not even full. For some reason, our healer ended up not popping in. We were ready, stoked, all of us get ready to go, and the healer just never showed up in the dungeon. So all the players ended up just leaving. And thankfully you don't get penalized for this, but it is a little annoying that it happens more often than not. Just re-queue and do it again. Thankfully for quick play, the queue is nice and quick. Okay, now my final closing thoughts on the game. Is it perfectly optimized? No, I wouldn't say it's far from it. It does run smoothly for an early access game. I do give it that. Does it have some bugs and some balance issues? Yes, definitely. Some characters feel a lot more powerful than other characters. And is early access an excuse to put out a game in this state? Not particularly in this genre, in my opinion, of course, because asking players to fight such hard content and top the DPS meters and nerd out over a game like this and not having the optimization you need is a little bit of a downfall of this game. But this game does show promise. The genre is pretty hard to mess up completely, and it does come with a community that demands quality and balance, and I'm sure the player base will toxically hold them accountable to that. The developers do have a really good foundation here, and if they listen to their player base, and if they actually deliver, which I believe this small development team is more than happy to, this could be a hidden gem in the dungeon crawler space. I want this game to be money well spent, and I hope it grows into something special. So, Fellowship, solid bones, some rough edges, and a lot of potential. If you're down for a dungeon dive and don't mind a little bit of early access jank, I think it's worth your money. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, until then, good luck, and may the Loot Lords ever be in your favors. Hey guys, it's my ugly face again. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like or comment, any feedback on my video editing skills or anything like that. I want to get better. I want to put out more content. So please give me any feedback you have in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Fellowship. I do plan on creating some more content around it. It's a little difficult to pick content out of, but maybe I'll make some guides or something of the sort just to kind of get some content pumping out. I do plan on streaming and playing Arc Raiders. I'm not sure if I'm the right guy to make guides essentially for Arc Raiders, but I do want to put out some streams or some funny moments or something like that of that. My Twitch, excuse me. Wow, stroke. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Aethelwolf. I'll have a link in the description down below. Please follow me on that. Check me out. I stream most weekends. And then what else do I say during a cheesy outro? Like, comment, subscribe. I already hit that. Or fucking don't. I don't care. That's about it, guys. I just thank you so much for watching my video. A couple of my videos have gotten a lot more views lately than I thought they deserve or should get, and I'm really appreciative. Thank you. I love you. Bye. God damn it! I can't click the fucking.